we were all techies or geeks in a sense, right? We're always talking about new gadgets and shit. So I want to really pick your brains. What's struck out to you? What's the new cool gadget that's really? What's that one thing that you're going to be like? I'm going to grab this the minute it's out. And I'm not talking about gaming consoles. We'll come to that later. But gadgets itself. Anything that stuck out over the last couple of years or the coming year?
I will say there is one thing that stuck out, not in a good way, but in a slightly scary way. And then there are a couple of gadgets that stuck out in a good way. So which one do you want to hit first?
Let's do one each. Yeah, let's all of us do like one good, and then we'll go to. No, let's all of us do one bad, and then let's all of us do one good. Why don't you start, Vishwanath? Give us one bad.
One bad. I don't know if you guys follow this, but the Amazon home security flying autonomous drone.
Whoa.
Oh, wow. No, I haven't. Tell me about it.
Don't you dare say anything about it. Okay, no, go ahead. I'm kidding.
Destroy it.
I'm kidding. Go ahead.
So I get the market and I get the idea. The fact that it's being provided by this, by Amazon is what's really interesting to me, just because of the amount of consolidation. But the idea over here is you have a drone which periodically picks itself out of its charging dock, flies around your house recording a video, then comes back and settles into its charging dock and then sends you this video stream, so that you kind of have a sense of what's happening in your house at periodic intervals. It's like a home scene. Think of, instead of having multiple cameras installed all over at different points in your house, you instead have a drone that's flying around, seeing what's happening and then sending you these updates.
Yeah. I saw that. I can see what scares you in that scenario. If you have enough of these drones in, let's say, a suburb, in a sense, but again, here's where data privacy and data laws really, really come into play.
Yeah. And that makes all the difference here.
That makes all the difference. Harry, anything that's that you're not looking forward to or a little skeptical about?
Till date, it's always been deepfakes. And that's only because
I want to talk about that later.
Oh, it's
but
my favorite topic.
If you want to talk gadget-wise.
Oh, gadget-wise. That's a great question. I haven't really looked into gadget-wise, except for mostly camera technology and how much certain companies like Amazon, once again, Google, how much they've actually improved the tech behind these things. For example, the Amazon Go stores that are there. Have you guys been to one of those?
Well, we don't have any in Europe, but I'm assuming you have a few sample stores in Chicago.
Yeah. There's one actually right next to my house. Vishwanath, have you been there?
I've not been there. No.
Okay, it's glorious. It's glorious in the sense, you need to have the app. You can just sign in and walk in. Yes, and it's exactly what the advertisements are like. You walk in, you just pick up a bag, you throw some stuff in. You can even pick it from your friend's bag when he's not looking, and then just put it in your bag, and you just walk out. And you will be charged for exactly what is in your bag. The number of cameras, the amount of technology, and also understanding your intent that you're taking it from someone's bag or you're picking it up but handing it to a friend who gets charged for it later. The amount of decision making out there was incredible. We were actually my friends and I just went to the store and we were spellbound at just how accurately it could target everything. Like we tried, just generally being who we are, trying to game the system. We just passed around an object and then we I kept it in my bag.
Who would get charged for it?
Yeah, who would get charged for it? He picked up an object and then he gave another friend who gave it to me. I picked it in my bag. In the end, I got charged for everything because I was the only one with the bag. No, I mean, I'm kidding. One other friend had a bag, but it could track and it also associate objects with where it goes. And the thing is, while that seems like something harmless, right? Okay, this is basically it has good things. You cannot shoplift. You have such a seamless experience. But the underlying tech is the tracking tech, and that's what really excites me and also scares me. Think about it. If you have this much,
I can totally get that. Yeah, I mean the fact that you have maybe very intricate, movements or gestures still being able to that you're being able to track. That itself is a very, that's a massive advancement, first of all. But are we really surprised, to be honest? Because if you look at it, underlying the fundamentals of it would be the same as a self-driving car, right? You're looking at so many variables. You're looking at, now there are a lot more variations to the kind of action that you have to track. Because obviously we're talking about people here and, very, very small movements and things like that. Maybe not as many many things to track, or not as complex an image to track as a self-driving car has a less complex image to track. Not that it isn't complex, but are we really surprised? Because this is a natural evolution of that tech, right?
I'm not surprised. I'm just kind of. I suppose I was surprised when I first came across it. The experience is, I mean, reading it in paper, in research papers is one thing, but the actually seeing it in production experience is a whole different thing.
No, I can totally get that. Yeah.
So I mean, like, but on the whole, yeah, it's exactly what you said. It's like a self-driving car. You see a big, I don't know, like an extremely heavy vehicle carrying people just going at 60 miles an hour, and all the people inside are asleep, and they reach safely. It's amazing. Yeah.
But now the tech has the ability to identify each person, and if a person's sleeping or not, watching or not. It's just there's an added level of complexity to the. But it's fascinating. I think it's super. You're right. But it is the world we're moving towards. I think, which is why it's very important for us to double down on data privacy laws and use of data itself right now, because what we do now will define the next generation itself.
Absolutely. There could be the difference between a cyberpunk dystopia or, a Star Trek utopia.
How dare you? Yeah, okay, yeah, but you're right.
No, I get that. I'm with him.
But okay, now I wanna tell you. Okay, so actually, my pick for tech I'm scared about, and the tech that I'm most excited about kind of overlap.
Oh.
Okay, the tech that I'm most scared about, but I'm actually quite excited about, are your VR headsets.
Oh,
yeah,
right? Oculus Quest 2.
Yes. And now they've been around for a while. I've tried a few. I'm sure you guys have tried a few, but they're getting scarily good at giving you a fully immersive experience. Now,
I have an Oculus Quest.
You have one? Oh my God! You're one of them.
Oculus Quest.
Dude,
yes,
okay.
I'm one of them.
I'm going to be one of them in a couple of months, so I can't really judge you. But here's my problem with it. Okay, we are seeing gaming addiction to be a fast-growing issue for youth, especially. Now we are talking about an added level of. We are talking about something like what was that movie? Ready Player One.
Yeah.
Right? We are not far away. We are honestly not far away. You have haptic feedback gloves already. It's only a matter of time before they make it affordable. Matter of time before you have haptic feedback bodysuits. You already have those 360 treadmills. I don't know if you guys have seen this.
I have. It's amazing. You can play first-person shooters so...
Exactly, right? So you already... That tech exists. Now it's just a matter of those things becoming cheaper, becoming mass-produced. We're going to a world where we're going to have a very immersive experience, which is scary to me, because that removal from reality, you already see that with the current tech that we have. Can you imagine having that now another added layer of immersion? It's a scary scenario.
And what scares you that there'll be more people who will get pulled away from reality, or like what about it scares you?
Well, there are a couple of things. One thing that I think is we lose something fundamental. Now this goes more into a philosophical side. Forgive me. And something I've derived from
philosophy is good.
Derived from the Homo sapiens book. What makes us a society that's capable of living at this large size and this large number? Because of our constructed reality, right? The fact that we can all exist as a society, as people, without tearing into each other. Now, with complete immersion, and eventually if you move further down that line, you're taking away a fundamental aspect of that. And human interactions are not restricted to just physically being there and talking or exchanging words, because I don't think that's it. The fact that you're physically present somewhere, I'm going to go into not conspiracy theory, but this is proven science. Pheromones and all are a thing. There are multitudes of ways in which you influence an interaction or an exchange between a person, and only one part of that is speech or physical contact itself. Right? You're removing those layers completely, and that scares me because it would contribute. I don't know. It feels like we're taking a step forward in technology, but we're taking a step backwards when it comes to us as a social animal. Makes sense.
Interesting. Okay.
But
I was just curious. Okay.
But what excites me about this tech is like a slightly the augmented reality approach. So I don't know if this is true, but I've heard of leaks of Apple goggles. Have you Apple glasses?
Yeah, I've seen that
Yeah.
Apple AR hardware. Yeah.
Yo, man, if that comes out, I'm buying that. Okay. I'm buying that for sure. I would prefer it if it was Android, so I can set up some restrictions myself. But I would get that as long as it looks cool. I don't want to look like Robocop walking around.
Hey, Robocop is cool, but okay. But no,
yeah.
augmented reality is like one of my favorite things too. I was talking with another guy from the Chicago Booth School of Business here. He was forming a company where basically they wanted to use augmented reality in your phone or anything so that you can change the look of your house. And they started with wallpapers to see like if you want to redecorate your house and you're visualizing. You normally have a book or you have like websites where it comes in. What if you just put it in your phone, swipe your phone across your room, and you'll be able to see what it would look like with that wallpaper, with that particular color, with that painting on the wall, so on and so forth. I think this kind of 3D reconstruction and 3D modeling has already been there in something like furniture stores like Wayfair and once again Amazon actually.
I think IKEA is also doing it.
IKEA is also doing it.
Doing it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it's useful. It's extremely useful when it comes to like planning, building, and all in all helps in decision making.
Yeah, man. I think it opens up so much for us when it comes to if you have say glasses with augmented which projects an augmented reality onto your live surrounding. It's you know why I prefer that to your complete virtual reality is because this is adding information, adding layer on your existing world. It's enhancing your experience in the real world. It's not taking you away from it.
It's in the name, augmented versus virtual. It augments your.
All right, thanks for the English lesson, Mr. GRE.
Yes.
but I've spoken enough. I'd love to hear from you guys. What's like the one gadget or tech that you're really excited for in the coming few years, or it's already here and you're waiting to pick it up?
Harry, you can take this.
Oh, my answer is like very mainstream. It's actually just self-driving cars.
I'm with you. I'm with you there.
It's because I mean the more I keep reading about it and the more I keep seeing proof of concepts, it's just insane that sometimes some answers just seem so trivial and then there was so much research that went back to get that answer, and other times there are these profound decisions that come in. For example, I was talking with another engineer I think a few weeks ago on how much tech has come down. So that guy has done some prototypes in self-driving cars. He talked about what kind of problem he had to solve, which was about pedestrians and their kids when they're trying to like walk across the street. Sorry. And if you were a car going at let's say even 10 or 20 miles an hour, and let's say it's a school district, so you're constraining your problem, right? It's a school district, you're going at a particular speed, it's school timings, and you see like a child and a kid, and like you see a child and his or her mother. What kind of decisions would you have to take? Starting with, would you expect the child to cross first? Would you expect the child to move faster than the mother? And before the signal turns around, what do you have to anticipate and keep your systems prepped for the worst case scenario possible, assuming that any traffic violation actually happens? And that's an interesting problem statement because I've never thought of pedestrians as anything other than just pedestrians. Whereas now here you're breaking it down into what kind of pedestrians are there? Like a child and a parent. That's a very apparently specific case, and I was just kind of interested in that. So
but actually you've already spoken to it. The tech already exists, right? In a sense, because if you look at the Amazon store, you're reading intricate body actions or gestures. How far are we from predicting hesitation or predicting a sudden spurt of movement? Not very far. Not very far at all, in my opinion.
Yeah, I guess you hit the nail in the coffin. Yeah, go on.
No, I just wanted to like add on to what you said about different types of pedestrians. I want to put in a plug for this thing called the Moral Machine Survey.
Okay.
And it's a survey by MIT where the idea is you are a self-driving car, or rather you have the power to program a self-driving car. And then they give you this range of scenarios, these range of trolley problem scenarios where it's like, you have a crosswalk. One part of the crosswalk has a signal on, one part has a signal off. The part with the signal on has two homeless people crossing it. The part with the signal off has two doctors crossing it.
Oh,
Now,
man.
you as a self-driving car, which part do you drive through?
Dude, this is like that. Will you run over 5 people or will you kill your own
It
head?
is.
This is like the
Yeah,
ogre's
it-
choice thing. Oh my god.
Yeah, and then you've got like all these different scenarios, and then it kind of like the whole idea over here is not to gauge.
Okay, wait, quickly.
What cars
Vishwanath,
should do.
who do you
Yeah.
kill? The 2 hobos or the 2 doctors?
I picked the doctors. Like I
Oh
went
my
with.
God.
What?
I went with the idea that if the homeless people were following the rules of the road, and if the doctors were not following the rules of the road, then that is what should be the primary deciding factor here.
Yes, but if you run over the homeless people, the doctors can save them. I mean, there's a better chance of them surviving.
What if they can't?
Yeah, like it's
That's
I'm just gonna put it out there.
yeah. You see, so this all these things like it makes you run through, and it's just like a very interesting. It's not to see what cars should do, but to see what range of possibilities are acceptable to people if a car does something or the other.
I'm going to propose this incredible concept, which you've probably, it's going to blow your mind. It's called brakes.
I think, Gowtham, the point was your brakes wouldn't stop, like that speed which you're going. In which case, comes back to my point, the doctors wouldn't be able to save them if you're going at such a high speed anyway.
I was not given any such constraint when the problem was proposed to me. All right? This man here who wants to pursue his PhD asked me to choose between killing 2 hobos or 2 doctors. And I'm simply proposing we stop the vehicle using a lever that has existed since vehicles have been created.
And that is why philosophers and engineers don't mix.